Hi my dear students, welcome to my biology class. Do you remember the basis of classification of kingdom Animalia? Those are levels of body organization, body symmetry, nature of coelom, nature of germ layers, segmentation, presence or absence of notochord. Today we are going to study the fundamental features as well as the specific features of each phylum that comes under the kingdom Animalia. Today we are going to learn about non-chordates of the kingdom Animalia. The first phylum is the phylum Porifera. Okay, the heading non-chordates. Phylum Porifera. So first of all, we need to think about the fundamental features of these animals belong to this particular phylum. Later, we will learn about the specific features of this phylum. When we study about the fundamental features, we need to remember about the basis of classification. We have to remember those 6 criteria for classifying the kingdom Animalia. The animals belong to the phylum Porifera are primitive animals with a simple body organization. These are primitive animals. These are commonly known as sponges. First of all, we are going to study about the common fundamental features of the phylum Porifera. Then first we need to think about habitat. They are generally marine and a few are freshwater forms. Okay, the next one, level of body organization. As they are primitive or simplest organisms, they show cellular level of body organization. Cellular level. So body symmetry. As they have different size and shape, they show various symmetry. So that we can write here various. Nature of coelom. They have no coelom. Such animals are known as acoelomates. Okay, nature of germ layers. As they are primitive animals, they have no germ layers like ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. So absent. The germ layers are absent. Then segmentation. They have no segmentation like a head, trunk, etc. So absent. The segmentation is absent. Then presence or absence of notochord. They do not have a rod-like structure, notochord in their body, so they are known as non-chordates. Okay, these are the common fundamental features of the phylum Porifera. Now let's study about the specific features of the phylum. Specific features. Number 1, it has many pores on its body. The pores are known as ostia. Presence of pores. Those are known as ostia. Okay, and there is a single opening in the body at the anterior end that is called osculum. Then ostia are many pores on the body and the presence of a single osculum. Now you can observe the structure of a sponge. It has a single opening that is osculum. So water flow out through this osculum and has many pores named ostia, singular form ostium. The cavity inside the sponge is called spongocele. It has a water canal system inside the spongocele. water enters into the spongiocele through the ostia. So this water canal system help in food gathering, then gaseous exchange and also excretion. Okay, so here there is a water canal system or water transport system. So water enters into the body through this minute pores called the ostia. So water circulates over here. So when it is circulated through the spongiocele, the food materials are diffused into the cells of this that sponges, and the respiration also take place. The dissolved oxygen present in the water is exchanged into the cell. At the same time, carbon dioxide is diffused into the water, and after that these excretory materials are eliminated through the single opening, that is osculum. The cavity spongiocele is lined by specific type of cells called choanocytes or collar cells. Okay, the skeleton is made by a specific type of spongin fibers or spicules. The skeleton is made by spongin fibers or spicules. They exhibit intracellular digestion. Intracellular digestion. That means the digestion takes place in the cell. The food is gathered inside the spongiocele from the water and it is diffused into the cell so that the digestion of food particles take place inside the cell. Such type of digestion is called intracellular digestion. Now let's understand the reproductive features of the animals of Porifera. They reproduce both sexually and asexually. Both sexually and asexually. Sexually by means of male gametes and female gametes. Male and female gametes. Asexually means they reproduce asexually by fragmentation. Fragmentation. Fragmentation means when the body divides into many fragments, each fragment gives rise to a new or complete individual organism. The next one, fertilization. Fertilization is internal. So here I can write an internal fertilization. It means fertilization takes place inside the body. Indirect development. Indirect development. That means the development of the young ones by means of larval stage. The larva is entirely different from the adult. So that is the meaning of indirect development. Development of the young one with the larval stage. Some examples of the animals belong to the phylum Porifera are Cycon or Scypha, then Spongilla or freshwater sponge, then Euspongia or bath sponge. Next, let's study about the common fundamental features of the phylum Coelenterata. First of all, habitat. They are generally marine, but a few of them are freshwater. The first point, marine or freshwater forms. They are either sessile or free swimming. Sessile or free swimming. Sessile means attached forms. They are immobile. The next one is level of body organization. They exhibit a tissue level of body organization. Okay, the next point, tissue level of body organization. Next, body symmetry. Most of them are cylindrical or spherical in appearance, so they exhibit radial symmetry. So radially symmetrical animals. Radially symmetrical. The next one, the nature of coelom. Do they possess a true body cavity or coelom? No, they do not have a true body cavity or coelom, so they are acoelomate. Then what about the condition of germ layers? They are diploblastic animals. Diploblastic animals. That means they have the outer ectoderm and inner endoderm. They have a specific feature, presence of mesoglia in between the ectoderm and endoderm. They are diploblastic animals. The next one, segmentation. Segmentation is absent in these animals. No segmentation like a head and a trunk and other body parts. Then what about notochord? As they do not have a notochord, they are known as non-chordates. So these are the common fundamental features of the phylum Coelenterate. The phylum Coelenterata is also known as Cnidaria. Cnidaria. The name Cnidaria is derived from the word nidoblast or nidocyte. Nidoblast or nidocytes. Nidoblasts or nidocytes are specific cells that contain stinging capsules or nematocytes. It contains stinging capsule or nematocytes. Now you can observe the image of the nidoblast. It's a diagrammatic view of a nidoblast. The nidoblast is used for anchorage. Second one, capture of prey. And defense. So these are the uses of this nidoblast. These are present on the tentacles and also on the body of cnidarians. As they possess nidoblasts, they are known as cnidarians. They have a central gastrovascular cavity in their body. The next feature, presence of gastrovascular cavity with a single opening. As the digestive system consists of single opening, it is called incomplete digestive system. That single opening is called hypostome. The digestion is extracellular and intracellular. Extracellular and intracellular. Extracellular means digestion takes place inside the alimentary canal. Actually, they do not have such alimentary canal, well developed alimentary canal. Anyway, they have such an area for the partial digestion of the food. It's a partly extracellular digestion and partly intracellular digestion. The digestion takes place inside the cell also, that is intracellular. Cnidarians exhibit two basic body forms such as polyp and medusa. Polyp is sedentary or attached and cylindrical in shape. That means some animals are cylindrical in shape, they are attached form. So what are the features of the polyp forms of the coelentrates? Sedentary, cylindrical. Then here umbrella shaped and free swimming form. This is the polyp which is cylindrical in appearance. That is the medusa which is umbrella shaped and free swimming form. Some exhibit the cylindrical form, some other animals exhibit the free swimming umbrella shaped form. But some cnidarians exhibit both body forms during their life cycle. Such process is called alternation of generation or metagenesis. Alternation of generation or metagenesis. It means that both body forms will be appear during the life cycle. For example, Obelia. In this organism, the polyp form produces medusa asexually, while the medusa produces the polyp form sexually. So, both the sexual and asexual pathway of reproduction take place during the life cycle. So, such alternative body forms are appeared in their life cycle. That process is called metagenesis. Cnidarians live as colonies. For example, corals. Corals is made up of calcium carbonate. But some are single, like a hydra. They are single living organs or free living organisms. Some examples of this phylum are hydra, then Eurelia or jellyfish, then corals. Then other examples are Physalia or Portuguese man of war. Adamsia is also known as sea anemone. Gorgonia is sea fan. Then Pennatula is also known as sea pen. Then Meandrina is also known as brain coral. The next phylum is the phylum Ctenophora. The members of the phylum Ctenophora are exclusively marine animals. Those are commonly known as sea walnuts or comb jellies. Sea walnuts or comb jellies. Then let's look into the fundamental features of these animals. First of all, level of body organization, they exhibit tissue level. The first point, they exhibit tissue level of body organization. That means tissue perform various functions of the body. The next one, symmetry. As they are spherical in appearance, most of them are spherical in appearance, they exhibit a radial symmetry. What is radial symmetry? Radial symmetry means when any plane passing through the central axis of the body, it divides the body into two identical halves. Such symmetry is a radial symmetry. These animals exhibit a radial symmetry. The next one, nature of coelom. They have no coelom, so they are known as acoelomate animals. Absence of coelom means acoelomates. The next feature is the nature of germ layers. They are diploblastic animals with the ectoderm, endoderm with the mesoglia. Diploblastic with the ectoderm and endoderm. With what? Mesoglia. These have common features like the phylum Coelenterata also. What is the next feature? Segmentation. Segmentation is absent in such animals. No segmentation. Then what about the notochord? No notochord, so they are non-chordates. They have incomplete digestive system. Incomplete digestive system. Their body has 8 external rows of comb plates that are used for locomotion. 8 comb plates. Here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 comb plates that are used for locomotion. The digestion is partly intracellular and extracellular. Partly intracellular and partly extracellular. They have a specific feature called bioluminescence. They have the ability to emit light. Such property is called bioluminescence. Okay, now let's study the reproductive features of the phylum Ctenophora. These animals are hermaphrodite. Both 6 organs are present in the same organism. The next feature, hermaphrodite. The next one, fertilization external. That means take place outside the body in the water. So the next point, external fertilization. Okay, then indirect development with the larva. Indirect development with the larval stage. Examples are Ctenoplana and Pleurobrachia. Examples, Ctenoplana and Pleurobrachia. Today we have learnt about the common features as well as the specific features of 3 phyla. Those are the phylum Porifera, phylum Coelenterata and the phylum Ctenophora. I hope you understood the topic well. With this, I conclude my session. We will meet again with the rest of the phyla, the non-chordates and chordates in the upcoming sessions. So with this, I conclude my session. Thank you and have nice moments.